It's the intestinal flat surface. Other results are tomorrow. 3 minutes. Damn it, Glenn!
Hi, I'm Dr. Dak Kopek. Environmental psychology is about the brain-environment connection. Today, more and more people are looking to environmental psychology to help them manage life's daily events, such as bringing a child into the family, moving an elderly parent into the home, or even merging 2 families into 1 household. Today we're going to meet Carmen and Glenn. They're expecting their first baby. All right, we're here now. So what we're going to do is we're going to go talk to Carmen and Glenn, and we're going to analyze their home. Are you ready? Let's go.
Glenn, Dr. Dak is here. Hi, you must be Dr. Dak, the environmental psychologist?
Hi, you're Carmen.
Yes, nice to meet you. Come on
I think
in.
your kids out here.
Oh, that's all good. Morning. This is my husband, Glenn.
Hi, Glenn.
Thank you very much. Thank you for coming to our home.
This is our furry baby, Sydney, and our furry baby, Morgan.
Hi, Morgan. Well, hi, Morgan. How are you?
Would you like to come on in? As per your request, we didn't change anything. We didn't clean anything up. So come on in. May we get you something to drink?
No. I'm okay. Let's go ahead and talk a little bit. I hear congratulations are in order. You're expecting your first baby that's not furry.
Thank you, I'm ecstatic.
Hold on, because I really don't know if congratulations are in order. I don't understand how a child is going to fit into our schedules, our lives. I don't see this household working once this child arrives. There are not enough hours in the day to get this accomplished.
Well, Carmen, I think it's really important that you understand that a lot of young mothers who are expecting their first child have the same kind of fears and anxieties. So you're not alone. That's a really important thing, I think, for you to understand. Also, I think the other thing that you need to understand is that environmental psychology looks at how humans interact with the environment itself. And so me as an environmental psychologist, or an EP as I like to refer to it, will be able to come in and help you to modify this environment and to help prepare you for the new addition to your family. Why don't we just find out what goes on in your typical week? So why don't we start with you, Glenn? Why don't you tell me what happens with you starting on Monday morning? What time do you wake up? And then take me on through the remainder of the day so I can kind of get a sense as to...
That'll be easy and it won't take much time.
All right. I wake up at 3:15 in the morning.
3:15 in the morning?
Yes.
AM.
Monday morning, yes.
Okay.
In order to catch a flight to go to Northern California. It's about an hour and a half commute. About a 2-hour flight. Go to Northern California. In order to work, and I'm working 12-hour days minimum. I mean, it's normally our joke, because I'll be working 14, 15-hour days on average. That's 4 days a week.
Well, wait a minute, so you only have a 4-day work week?
Well, no.
Yeah, he has
come
4
back.
days. I'm here 7 days a week. His commute, 2 hours, add on an hour and a half for his commute from here to the airport. He does that twice a week.
No, hold on. But I'm
no,
also starting
no.
a company on the side, which is something which
I
I do on the
understand
weekends.
that, but-
I come back. Okay, I'm working up there very long days, not sleeping much, as we both are not sleeping much. And I'm coming back, and I'm trying to start my own company. Something that we've been working on together, just like me flying to Northern California. It was the best maneuver in order to help pay for our mortgage. I'm flying up there. It's 4 busy days where I have only a few hours sleep. I come back.
It's 4 days that you won't have to deal with the child. I have to deal with that child alone.
Yes.
We don't have family nearby. So it's not as though I can get help. I'm going to have to change my lifestyle, my work week.
Carmen, I'm sensing a lot of stress and a lot of anxiety from you. What is your typical week like? You go to school full time?
I go to school full time.
Okay.
Taking care of the house,
And that includes all the animals, right?
That includes the dogs. They have to be walked and fed and, taking care of them. Vets and, now you add a child to the mix and that's going to add doctors for the kid as well. So now we've got doctors for the kid and we have vets and we have the house, which is falling apart at the seams because we never have time for it.
Right, right. So in essence, what you're telling me is that you're working, what, somewhere about 3 full-time jobs?
At least 3 full-time jobs.
Okay. You definitely have an awful lot that you are working with at this point, and I think that I can help you. I really do. Environmental psychology is something that's looking at the way that the environment and people interact. And so what I'm going to try to do is I'm going to try to modify your environment so that we can not only prepare for the child to come along, but also so that we can make this environment work better for you and try to make your life a little bit easier. So if you give me a little bit of time, we should be able to make a real big difference in your life. You ready to start?
Sounds good if we can get it to work. I hope so.
I think we can.
That's wonderful.
Well, the first thing that I'd like to do is I'd like to get a tour of the house so that I can see what I have to work with, and I'm going to need to see what some of the situations are that you guys are faced with on a daily basis. Okay. So why don't you be our tour guide?
Excellent. Let's go. Come on, George. And this is my office, of course. Where else but the kitchen?
Well, it is a very roomy kitchen, though. There's a lot of people that would kill to have a kitchen like this. Looks like we're gonna have to get some child-proof locks for these doors here, though.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll have to get some locks for the stove as well. But you know what? Stuff like this is kind of nuts and bolts, pretty easy to get a hold of. And these outlets that don't have covers, this is the perfect height for a toddler. And what a toddler's gonna do is they're gonna grab something and they're gonna try to stick it into these holes. So what we're gonna wanna do is to cover up these holes here so that they can't hurt themselves.
We hadn't thought of that. That's fantastic, yes.
Right, and there's some great new products out right now that'll be easy to remove so you can still use them when you're using the island to...
Perfect.
Right, and then we can put them back on. You know, one of the things that you guys do have that's already very good for children are these rounded edges. You see these rounded edges here? Mm-hmm. These are great because oftentimes children would fall against these knife points and they would either get a concussion or they would split their lips. So I'm really glad to see that we've already got this here. So you've got some things that are already working for you as well.
And then over here I do have my work area, which is where I spend quite a bit of time in the mornings. Mm-hmm. I'm going through projects about 3 to 4 hours. And again, it's in the kitchen. Mm-hmm. But this tends to be my general area of work. And then when I need extra space, I filter on into there. But the grand majority is here.
Okay.
This room is in essence the heart and soul of everything because it's an extended work area. I filter stuff when it's too big and need to move things around. I eat here because, we had to replace the dining room with my table. So I eat here, I work here, I relax here. When Glenn is here, we'll both eat in this room. We watch movies here. The dogs are an intricate part because they have the 2 beds, as you can see. This room is the most used room in the house.
Okay, all right. Well, some of the things that I'm looking at here, all right, I'm glad to see that you have cushions that are attached. However, if you kind of lift up on them, an infant could slide underneath there and couldn't get out. And so he or she could end up getting smothered. So we're gonna wanna try to do something about this. This is a great ball. I think this is wonderful. Do these things ever fall off?
They do.
Yeah.
They do. And I have to, Morgan has eaten them and then I end up picking up the vomit because it has to come back out.
Right. Yeah, these are things that a kid would probably put into their mouth because, infants and toddlers, they have a lot of sensory neurons around their mouth. That's why you see them with rattles putting things to their lips because they're exploring their environment. So I've got to anticipate that whatever you have here is going to be eventually picked up and it's going to be rubbed around their mouth and lips. So we want to be aware of those types of things. Looks like you have another pillow over here.
Yeah, that's the body pillow. Case in point.
Yeah,
there you go.
Exactly.
we're gonna remove this from this room.
Excellent.
As you said. So I'm glad to see that. This must be yours, right?
Yes.
All right, do something with it. Here we got these sharp corners.
Yeah.
This is at that level. Toddlers particularly, about here, trip. This is gonna nail them, you know, right in the head or in the cheek, someplace. So this is a really dangerous thing to have.
Okay.
So I'm gonna actually recommend that we just remove this thing altogether from this environment.
Oh my gosh.
Is that a problem?
That is an issue because
Why?
I do work in this area. As you can see, you know, I mean, I've got glue here and everything. I need the space. I need to have a space where I can work
Okay.
and have a surface, a hard surface.
Carmen needs an adequate surface to work on, but I think I have some ideas that might remedy this issue. I am concerned about the lack of contrast in the family room. It is difficult for an infant to delineate one object from another when the colors are similar and the contrast is low. So we're going to have to figure out a way to bring some contrast into this room.
Well,
This is it, huh?
Dr. Dak, meet Dr. Gak's Mad Lab. Go nuts.
Wow. So, is this for an adult or a child?
Yeah, cool, huh?
Yeah. You got some pretty cool stuff in here. I like this.
Yeah, main nickname's Goofy.
Goofy?
All the years.
Oh, well, I kind of like this.
Mhm.
I could probably spend hours in here playing. Look at all this toys that you've got here.
Yeah, I do. Samba fish.
You're a fish.
Samba fish.
Samba fish. All right.
We have a whole dance with that.
All right. All kidding aside, you got some way cool toys in here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But this is a child nightmare. You do realize that, right?
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
I do need to have a workspace. As I said, I work at the house. I have a company I'm starting up besides working from a distance.
Mhm.
So I do need some work area for me. And that's what this was developed as, my workspace. How to make this childproof? Absolutely no idea. But what can you say?
Well, what I can tell you is that I can't make this childproof because you have got so many wires in here. And you know, one way that I could, you know, address the wires is by putting wires in like PVC piping. But you really have got just an awful lot going on here. I mean, these bookshelves, these CDs that you've got over here, you've got so much instability. And here's what my fear is. My fear is that you have got so many really cool toys in here that this is where your child's going to want to come. You
Yeah.
know, a kid's going to want to come into this environment here.
Good kid.
Yeah, but
Got a bubblegum machine.
you do have a bubblegum machine, that is true. But I don't want the child in here. So really what I'm thinking that I want to do here is I want to establish this as a child-free zone. Okay? And so what I'm going to do is I notice that you have these French doors here.
Yes.
Now they have these simple locks that will simply go from doorknob to doorknob.
Yes.
And we'll just put that on there and that'll serve as the lock so that the child won't be able to come in here. And then we will teach the child that this is daddy's area, this is daddy's space, and if you want to play with a toy, we can play with that toy, but it has to be outside of this room.
Okay, so this is a child restricted area outside of big kids.
Exactly, exactly. So
All
only
right.
you can be in this room. This
And
is the man cave.
Good enough. All right.
Or the Mad Lab. We can keep the Mad Lab. I like that. I mean, we do have our...
Oh, natural props for any room. Yeah.
Absolutely, absolutely. So, all right, let's move on to the next section of the house.
You want to leave? All right. This is the master bedroom.
Aha! So this is the scene of the crime.
In essence, yes.
All right. I'm seeing a lot of the same types of things, you know, the edges, the knife edges, and of course the drawers and stuff. But let me ask you this, are you planning on having your child in here with you?
Yes.
Or,
Yes.
yes, you are?
Yes. Right here. Great nook for it. You can fit a crib. You have a little bit of the window. And so, I mean, it's close to the fireplace, so in case we needed warmth and whatnot. And it's also close by, because since I'm basically going to be the one that's taking care of the baby, and Glenn's not here most of the time, it makes it really easy.
Glenn, you don't look like you agree with her.
It really doesn't matter, because I'm the one that's here with the baby. So, you know, and there's no other room in the house, really, that the baby could go into.
Well, no, it's not quite what I was considering. As in the baby space, this has been our private domain.
Were you considering that you'd be traveling and not being here most of the time as well?
No,
I'm just wondering.
While that's certainly true, and with my job, there's quite a bit of travel that I must forego for the time being. But when we are here, and in my mind, mostly for your sanity, keeping the space for maybe a place for feeding the baby in the chair or something, a nice rocker.
My sanity requires that I can get up, take 3 steps, and boom, I'm here. That's my sanity, because you're not going to be getting up at 2, 3, 5 in the morning at all. Okay?
No, I'm not here.
Me.
That's true.
So
but that's why I was keeping the bedroom
very
closed.
convenient. No.
Wait.
No.
Okay.
No.
This is what I'm kind of seeing as that's going on. I don't see a whole lot of communication. Carmen, I'm kind of feeling like you're shutting down.
I am, because I'm the only one that's giving I'm the only one that's giving anything up. Glenn gets to keep his Mad Lab. My areas downstairs are now becoming reduced by a long shot. I'm the only one that's losing. So I'm having to deal with the pregnancy. I'm having to deal with being a single mother most of the time. And now I can't decide what's more convenient for me. That really not an option. It's not an option.
Well, I think it's really important that you both communicate, and I think that it's important that you allow yourself to hear what Glenn is saying. But Glenn, in the
Glenn's
same
not here. What does it matter what he has to say? He's not here.
Right, but Glenn, you need to stand up for yourself. What are you thinking?
God. Yeah, stand up for yourself. Go ahead.
Okay. Yes, keeping the baby close is very important. And that's why, instead of being immediately close, but having a slight separation.
There's no other place to put the baby. This is where the baby's going to be. Get it? Done, done, and done. Let's move on.
And we do have the option of, we have multiple bedrooms in the house.
You've taken the one downstairs. That's your Mad Lab. Untouchable, right? According to you, it's untouchable. So then we have the guest bedroom, which when your parents are here, that's where they stay. Would you rather have the baby or your parents right here? One or the other. Choose one right now. Right now!
Wait a minute. Whoa. Okay. We are now going to a level that is not healthy. Having heated discussions is very healthy, but Carmen's level of stress right now
Don't even think about it.
is up in the stratosphere. Okay, Carmen. Wow. I knew you were upset. Here, why don't we sit down for a moment? You're not alone. Millions of American women are
I
going
am alone. Those millions of American women are not here. This is my reality. This right here. And I'm alone, and I have to deal with this. He's not here. Those millions of American women are not here, Dak.
Sure. I understand that. I understand that. And you guys have a very, very difficult situation. You know, he's not here. But he is here in his heart. And I know that that doesn't mean a whole lot. But this is a trying time for both of you. And this is a time for you to hear what he's feeling. And he needs to hear what you're
about me? What about me? I'm losing everything.
Well, you're not really losing everything. We're just trying to redistribute.
I'm losing everything. It's not only the spaces in the house. It's my career's gonna have to take a back seat now. I'm losing that. I've struggled really hard to get my career where it is. School is gonna have to take a back seat. Everything in my world changes. Nobody else.
Mm-hmm. And it's not going to be easy. You know, I'm not going to lie to you. I'm not going to try to pump you up with a bunch of fluff. But you know what? Having a child is also a wonderful experience. You're bringing a new life into this world. You know, careers are really important. They're important for people. But the life that you bring in will go on and on and on. Careers come and go. So let's try to capitalize on some of the good things. I want to give you some exercises to help you as Carmen, the expectant mother, the woman who is going to produce a beautiful, magical legacy to the love between you and Glenn. Can we try at least? That's all I'm asking.
I'll try.
Okay, so now this is where the in-laws and your parents sleep.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All
And
right.
when they come in, we usually, you know, clean up. Those two are there so that they can put their suitcases and, you know, put it up to a better level and whatnot. So we clear the area. We always try to include personal photos of whoever's staying here so that it feels more like home for them.
Excellent. Good.
Okay, so that's the house.
Okay.
Alrighty.
Well, here we
What's
have
in
What?
here?
That's just storage. It's really not. It's just overflow storage. Damn it, Glenn! I told you this room was off limits. We've talked about it. This is my overflow storage.
No,
I work
Carmen,
in here.
This is
no,
not
Glenn.
storage. This
This is my space.
Carmen.
I
This
need
is not
this.
storage. This is a bedroom.
It's not a bedroom. It's storage.
It's a bed. This is storage. This is not.
Stop it. Stop it.
We built in there a storage attic space. This is not storage. This
It's
is another bed.
my area.
This is
Mine.
This is the optimum space to have a baby.
Not the optimum. Optimum for who?
No, this is the perfect place. It's next to
No.
the bedroom.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
That nook in the bedroom is the perfect area. That's all that baby needs.
It is clear that Carmen and Glenn are not in the same state of mind about having this child. So I'm going to have to come up with a few exercises that will help them to emotionally prepare for the arrival of their child. We've had a very stressful time, but it's not unusual. It's actually very normal to go through this kind of anger and communication and stuff as we deal with these stressful times. You're not going through this alone, all right? So I really want to make sure that you understand that. Today, I think we've done a lot of work, but I think that at this point, what we all need is a little bit of distance. We need to distance ourselves from this situation. I think that we would all be best served if I left, you went shopping, Carmen, Glenn, you go to work. Let's all take a little bit of time away from this, and then we'll come back tomorrow when we all have a fresh perspective, and we'll start work again. How does that sound to you?
Fine. Sounds good to me.
Fine.
Okay? Shopping's good therapy, Carmen. You'll have a good time. Take Sydney with you. She likes to shop. Day 2. Today I am prepared. I got my gear on and I am ready for those emotional bullets that'll be coming from the right and from the left. Today we are gonna make this a great environment, not only for Glenn, but for Carmen and the new baby. I'm really excited about it, so let's go.
Oh my gosh, was I really that bad yesterday?
So yesterday was quite the experience for you, huh?
Quite.
Yeah.
Is a simple way to say it. It was emotionally and physically draining for me. I had a lot of hills and valleys, I suppose. After you left, I did try to take into consideration what we had been through and the very valid points that you made. At the same time, I believe that I'm still not conveying properly my feelings and the things that I'm going through, because I feel as though all of the areas that are being considered for changes are my areas. Not to mention all of the things that I'm going through, both physically and emotionally, I guess, that I can't control.
I understand that completely. This is a process, and so we're only about maybe 1/3 of the way through. So, it's okay. It's very important though that you keep in touch with your feelings and that you kind of hold on to those feelings.
Oh, I can hold on to feelings, but it's just trying to work through them that
Right.
I think I need more help with.
Right, and that is where the process is coming from. And the tougher part is to analyze those feelings. Is it real? Is it not real? Am I overreacting? Am I underreacting? Is this coming from a different source? So look at your feelings and think to yourself, where are they coming from? How am I able then to address those things? What I've done is I got a whole bunch of alarm clocks and I've set them up around the house. So they're gonna randomly go off at different times. Now the
Okay.
key is that Glenn has to go and find these alarm clocks and turn them off.
Glenn only.
Glenn only, because he has to learn.
Yay!
Exactly. He's got to learn about the different demands that are going to be placed on your time.
Sure.
So very much like you can't control when a baby's going to cry, when a baby's going to need food, these alarm clocks could go off when he's in the bathroom. They could go off when he's watching his favorite television
Oh, that's
show.
perfect.
And he's not going to be in control. He's got to find the alarm clock and then turn it off just like you would with a baby.
Excellent. I love it.
Good. So I'm hoping you will be able to see the demands that are placed on you
Yes.
and how this is going to be affecting your life.
Day two, ready for a fight. Oh, nice. Full-on military combat here. Something every husband should have in suburbia. You know, if you're gonna put in my house, I'm gonna wear it. I'm just that kind of guy. This is definitely suburbanite required gear. Certainly day two it is. This is gonna help my marriage one way or the other. Honey, I'm ready for the shoe closet.
Whoa! God, I hope it does more for you than it did for me.
Yep, I'm gonna be paying for this for the next 15 years, but I think it's funny.
I can't wait to see what your wife is gonna say.
Oh, I know exactly what she's gonna say, but well, Kevlar. Gotta help the military and good to go.
Oh, for the love of all things sacred.
I
Is
had
this your
nothing
idea
to do with
phase
this,
two?
I swear to God.
Listen, bad
He
boys.
found my stuff. He's like a kid himself. He just goes digging into my bags. And
I know. Again, my point. 2 kids that I have to take care of.
well, but not every woman can say she's married to G.I. Joe.
That's not G.I. Joe.
Alright, so I've got some great ideas planned for this next phase, and no, it does
I
not.
see your ideas.
It involves keeping him out of my stuff.
Okay.
That's first and foremost. But no, seriously, I want to show you something here. All right. Now I brought this picture here of a house. All right. Now this is just symbolic. All right. Now when 2 people live in a house together, they divide the house in half. And so Carmen would have one side, and Glenn would have the other side. Okay. But what has happened with you guys is because Glenn is spending a quarter of his time or a third of his time up in Northern California, Carmen, your half has grown.
Oh,
And so-
it's not that big a piece. Give me a break.
I get the chimney.
You get the chimney. You get the chimney. So basically, we've got Glenn, and the only 2 rooms that he has that are only his, solely his, are the chaotic Mad Lab over there.
I abhor a vacuum.
Yeah, and then he has his little shop of horrors, which is on the outside. So basically, what I'm looking at is I'm looking at 3/4 of this house here that we've got to squeeze another person in. So we want to figure out how it is that we can slice and dice this so that the baby
has a third, you have a third, and Glenn has a third into the house. So I'm not really taking away some of yours, I'm just trying to make room for the other member of the family. And your thoughts on this are?
My thoughts of this are a child does not need that much space.
Okay.
It doesn't.
Right.
And Glenn's spot is not that small. I think we're highly exaggerating that area.
Okay. Well, I'll compromise and I'll say
Fine.
this is Glenn's spot. So Glenn can have this much?
That's one big single room.
Well, we're putting you up in the attic too. The attic space right
Got a
here.
garage, good.
Is that okay with you? Can we put him in the attic?
That's fine.
Now is a good time to talk about the 3 exercises that I have for Carmen and Glenn. The first exercise, the shopping exercise, is already in process. Carmen and Glenn are buying developmentally stimulating objects for their child, and hopefully they are communicating more effectively with each other. The second exercise is for Carmen and Glenn to make objects for their baby. Since the baby is growing inside of Carmen, Glenn will have the opportunity to share in the creation process.
Okay, so you
No.
brought the list that he gave us, right? Of things that we need to look for?
Yeah, it's in my pocket. I mean,
Okay.
do you know in general?
I don't know.
I
I mean, I want to
that.
look at furniture. I want to look at some toys because that's the part that I like, and that's the
Shoes,
part
baby,
that I'm
baby
gonna.
shoes. You
Hey,
wanna check
baby
that?
shoes.
Accessorize them, baby.
I mean, I'm excited about that, but like the safety stuff, it's okay. We do have to remember to buy
That is the
the
point of
things
all
for that
this.
screen, the screen that we have to make for the fireplace.
Hon, can we get this? Tigger.
Absolutely not. I can guarantee no. No. If you want to take that up to Northern California with you, that's fine.
I am so not in charge. If you, I just know a rocker. Mamas need rockers.
Juju, look at how cute.
Yeah. Here you go.
The final exercise was
Alright.
developed specifically for Glenn so that he can start to understand what Carmen is feeling. What I have done is I placed all these alarm clocks around the house. They're going to go off at different times to simulate the random needs of a baby.
Oh. Little booties. Look at the slivers. Oh.
Those are cool. Oh, match my Grinch slippers. The big bobbly heads.
Oh. Okay, so that in case it's a girl.
What's up?
You'll see. It's okay, come on.
Why do I not trust you?
I want a little girl.
Yeah.
Hey guys, you've come back.
We have.
So how was shopping?
Great.
Yeah?
Tired of shopping though.
You tired of shopping?
Never.
Oh, let me take a look and see what you've got in here. Well, I want you to make a mobile that will be in the child's room. And so you've got these great little wires here that kind of look like sticks. And I thought that I saw some birds or flowers and stuff. You know, you've got these different types of things, and there's some birds over in there that you can use to put on top of the sticks, because that's what a child would see in nature.
Okay.
So remember, what we're trying to do is we're trying to replicate as many things as a child or an infant would see in nature as possible. These little crystals, these are great. You know why? Because when the sun hits through them, it creates
energy.
yeah, it creates rainbows. And so infants need to learn how to track. Tracking means to follow something with your eye. And so by having these rainbows floating around the room, the child will be able to help track. Okay? So what I have are these boards. Okay, now these are just regular canvases, okay?
Okay.
So I want you to think about how you might utilize some of these different sensations. So this would be a great sensation for sight because it's furry. It's also great because it has great texture. So how would you incorporate this in and keep it safe?
Dr. Dak, come and see what we've been working on.
Oh my God, this is so beautiful.
It's very exciting.
God, you did a great job with this.
Well, we took into account everything that you had said, and the mirrors and the prisms are just casting wonderful lights and shadows and whatnot on the walls and all of the surfaces. So.
Yeah, and that's so important because your infant's going to start tracking. That helps them to see.
Sure.
So that's great. Cool, it's wonderful.
Absolutely. I'm just about to finish up with the last word here.
And here, while Carmen's playing with that, we've been also playing with the board.
Okay.
And of course the pooches have been helping, that's a given.
Yeah, I can see Sydney's working really hard over there.
Yeah, so her and Morgan are both, whoever Morgan is, both passed out. And have Daddy Prince, Mommy Prince, Baby to come, Poochie Prince, probably coming up, yes, from the, yeah. So it's touchy-feely, you have all sorts of sights, sounds, and pretty much everything you were mentioning. We have the polymer, the tie wraps.
Oh, those are
that
the
we're
pull
using.
ties so that they can't let loose.
Yep.
Oh, excellent. Let me look at that.
There's
Oh,
Morgan.
there's Morgan.
Yeah, he's
Morgan, you were
tired.
busted sleeping on the job.
He's been working hard.
Oh
So-
yeah, that's not going to go anywhere. They're
No.
not going to pull that. And I see that you sewed some stuff on there too.
Of course.
Okay, good. Yeah. So how did it feel?
It was just a lot of fun, and it was able to take what we have and be able to enjoy it together. And I think that that was key for me, is that for the first time I don't feel as though I'm alone in this.
The goal of environmental psychology is to help people attain a healthier and higher quality of life. This can be accomplished on the smallest of budgets and with the guidance of a trained professional. Today is the final day with Carmen and Glenn. I want to show them how they can incorporate their child into their home. A little worried about Carmen though. She has taken over so much of the house. Our goal is to figure out how we can incorporate the child into the family room. This room should be enjoyed by everybody in the household. Because of its location though, next to the kitchen, Carmen's office, it'll be the perfect location for her to be able to do work and watch the child at the same time.
I'm sorry, we're home. Have you all been working really hard?
Oh my goodness.
This looks fantastic. My gosh.
The kids are tired.
I can't.
Yeah.
They've obviously been helping a lot.
They have. We've been working ourselves to the bone, huh? Well, Sydney says she ate the bone.
Oh, excellent. Excellent. This is just incredible. It's such a transformation, and yet at the same time, it's living. We can actually come in here and enjoy it.
Great. I'm so glad that you liked it. I was so worried about that.
Incredible. It's incredible. It really is.
I was worried when I removed that one piece over
No,
there.
you know what? Removing it made all the difference in the world, as well as moving this table that we had here. It just opens it up. I can work at my table and still
and look.
see.
But you like your work too.
There's one of these underneath each chair. They come
Oh,
together
that's
and they form a
fantastic.
big square. So
That
you
is
can still work.
excellent. So I'm not
Okay.
losing anything.
No, nope, you can sit here and you can work as much as you want, and then when you're done, the pieces just slide right underneath.
I
Just like
can't
that.
tell you how fantastic that is. And no clutter.
And
which
no
is
clutter.
Brilliant.
Absolutely.
Brilliant.
And this is the sensory board that you guys worked on.
Looks fantastic. It really
Isn't it
does.
great how it hides all of this stuff that
Yeah.
could be dangerous?
Yeah. I was really hesitant when we were putting it together because I kept thinking, well, we have neutrals in there and whatnot. But I worked through it, and you know what? It looks incredible. I couldn't love it anymore. I really couldn't. Thank you. Thank
Well,
you.
I'm really excited. I looked at the puzzles and I saw the puzzles. I know you hated this puzzle after I kept saying how much I
There
loved
was a time that I really had some issues with it.
But I love it and how you're integrating.
Yeah.
And we just put stuff up here
It
that
looks fantastic. Again, no clutter, and that's just essential. And those are all really light, so you know I had them tucked in here, but they look much better up there.
well, I'm so glad that you like it because it was really important to try to make this, a space that you can live in. What's really important to understand is that we all start to develop what we call environmental numbness. And what happens is that we get used to seeing an environment over and over and over the same way. We can't see it any other way.
Yeah.
So sometimes it takes that third person to come in to be able to show you what can be. Because
Absolutely.
the only thing that I really bought for this room is I got the new carpeting
Mhm.
and I bought this, but you guys worked on this yourselves and everything else in here came from your house.
Well, and that was
Everything.
huge for us because we don't have the money to spend, and so you're keeping this budget was essential for us to see that it could be done
Mhm.
without having to break the bank, and not have to give up on other things as well. So
It's been a chore, let me tell you.
this is fabulous, and there's textures. It's just great.
No, I'll play on
Okay.
this for hours.
Well, then let's go see.
Okay. Hi, Tiffany.
Hey.
Well, they're home. Dun 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 dun.
Oh
Here's
my
Carmen.
gosh, hi,
And
thank
Glenn.
you so
Carmen,
much.
Glenn. This is Tiffany, my assistant. She's been helping
Pleasure to
me.
meet you. Thank you very much. Yes.
So Tiffany and I have been working on this room, and Tiffany just finished it up.
It's great.
Mhm.
It looks great.
There's a lot going on here.
Yeah.
Is there some hesitation going on?
Textures. No. Just trying to take everything in. There's a lot to take in.
It's a little different.
It's a lot of difference.
This is gone.
Lots of textures.
Good. Yes, we
Oh.
put all these things up here again for different textures.
Mhm.
And you know what these are? These are just placemats. Yeah.
Oh my gosh,
They're
that's
different
brilliant! You
placemats.
guys are so
I've got it.
incredible.
And then as you can
Yeah.
see, we've got the bamboo
Mhm.
over here. We've got the sticks. We bought you a couple of toy boxes. You know, they weren't that
Those are
expensive.
great.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then look at, we got these here. These
lovely.
are also placemats. Can you believe
Really?
that? Yeah. But they're metal. And the reason that we wanted to put these in here is because touch is not only pressure, but it's also pain and hot and cold. So when your
Oh,
child
that's cool.
is crawling on the ground, they can feel this, but they can't get hurt because these edges are all sanded. See, I can just run my hands on the edges
That's fabulous.
and nothing happens. You know, and if you don't like them, they're easily picked up and moved, but they also have texture on them.
They're fantastic. They really are.
So, you know, again, we were trying to keep in with your budget,
Mm-hmm.
and so Tiffany and I really strive to capture your sophistication with your playfulness and kind of incorporate them into a space that would be something that you both could embrace.
Mm-hmm.
And it's magnificent, the end result. I don't mind giving this area up, and I think that with all of the exercises that we've done, and especially the alarm clocks, I think we have a greater understanding, Glenn, of the fact that this is going to be work, and me that it's going to be fun. So your steps that you made us go through and process really was essential.
Babies are fun, and while playing the sandbox, occasionally I'll let them play with me as well. There's some work involved as well, granted, true. And the alarm clocks were a nice little waker-upper to that fact, and
You like
both
that?
in general, yes.
I loved it. I loved it.
I snuck into your house. You'll be enjoying it this morning.
Oh, sure.
I hope you have fun. But no, it was a nice little wake-up call.
Thank you again, you guys. We really appreciate all of your help, and you've made this transition so much easier. We wouldn't have gotten it through without you.
Well, we are
Good,
so
yes.
happy that you are happy.
You're so welcome.
All right.
All right.
We're going to see you guys.
Okay.
Goodbye.
Goodbye. Yes, we hug.
Thank you.
After all you've done.
Thank you. And don't be strangers. Call us.
Oh,
Let us know what's
okay.
going on. All right?
Absolutely, we will.
Good.
Thank you.
Good. All right.
All right,
Come on,
bye-bye.
Tiffany. I put in another one of those alarm clocks underneath the bed, so it's going to go off tonight when Glenn goes to sleep.
Oh, you're so mean.
He's going to love it.
What the?
Come on, get up. Embrace the process. And you better hurry up with that embracing too.
I had to invite him over. So what the?
Be quick about it.
Taking the batteries out.
You can't take the batteries out of a child.
And you can have a look.
You're not embracing the process.
He woke the dogs up.
Well, that's gonna be life. Just deal with it. Now shush. I need to get back to sleep.
Another one. is this gonna be over?
Honey, it's never over. We're having a baby. Oh God, could you hurry up? Glenn.